Hi, and welcome to an Emo Girl's Guide to the Galaxy. We are going to be debating, ranting, and cursing way too much. And if you love books, sarcasm, and you hate the patriarchy, then you are in the right place.
Yes, we are just four elder emos that came together over our love of books and deepened our friendship over our nerdy emo ways. So this is a space for open discussion about the random bookish things and sometimes not bookish things that we all love.
Cool. Each week, we'll discuss our feelings and opinions on various topics like how old is too old for YA? How do we hide our piles of books from our friends and family? And why does the patriarchy want to assassinate the romance genre and every nice thing that we like?
We decided that if every white boy can have a podcast, then maybe our bookish friends and community might want to be part of these crazy discussions as well. So let's start and tell everyone who we are.
Yeah, I'm Jess. I'm Houston-based. I'm a super Libra with a love addiction for romances and trying to match all my friends up. I'm a lifetime book nerd, but my tastes change. I like thrillers, romance, fantasy romance. Sometimes I'm reading Goodnight Goon on repeat all the time to a toddler. I'm addicted to rock music of all kinds and love me a concert. And I'm a mom to a 2-year-old monster child and 2 lovely dogs who are also monster children.
I am an Atlanta-based, but soon to be Denver-based, resident creative, and kooky art person of the group. I'm a full-time graphic designer and I'm obsessed with audiobooks, even though I haven't listened to an audiobook in a really long time, but that's usually my go-to. And I'm also the proud mother of a giant fur child named Mr. Rogers, but Fred for short. He's a golden retriever. And I play way too much Animal Crossing and Breath of the Wild on my Switch all the time. And thanks to Dev, I am now newly obsessed with anime and I just completely forgot K-pop. So yeah, that's me.
There you go.
I can re-say that.
Cool. I'm Erin, Charlotte-based. I'm Cancer and will psychoanalyze your soul and all the characters and, just really get into the feelings. Obviously a book nerd for life, mostly fantasy and romance, some sci-fi for sure. Really into outer space. I have a lot of space themed tattoos. So big space nerd. I would not consider myself a gamer, but I go hard for Zelda for sure. Emo music for life. I mean, there's no better genre. You cannot convince me otherwise. And somehow I am also a mom. I've had 2 kids and I don't know how that happened.
All the boy kids in this group, apparently.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm Devon. Hello. I am in Los Angeles and I am the resident Virgo. So I love to plan and I always have to Google things and be right, of course. I love reading fantasy and paranormal romance books. Those are my go-to, but I do like science fiction and a good rom-com every once in a while if I'm like stuck in a rut and I need something new. Please, if you are a Shadowhunter fan or a Jennifer Al Armentrout fan, let's be friends and let's talk all the things. And like Loretta said, I also love anime and manga and K-pop and all the things, and I missed out on an amazing childhood because Naruto is now like my biggest obsession and I'm collecting all the boxes. So if anybody out there has boxes 1 or 3 and they want to give them to me, let me know. I also am a resident at Disneyland. I have a key and I was literally just there last night and it's my happy place. And I love camping and road tripping and I want to visit all the national parks in the United States. So I think that's everybody, right? Hello, welcome to Emo Girls Guide. We can't wait to make some new friends. But let's start off with some bookish updates and new releases, which I can walk us through. So as of February 2nd, there is a YA gay romance out by, I believe, Sourcebooks Fire called Yesterday is History by Kosoko Jackson. And it is about a boy who gets a liver transplant and the liver allows him to magically time travel. And he meets a boy from the family who are time travelers, and he has to decide between a boy from the past and a boy from the present.
I mean,
And
I'm here for it.
I say everybody should read it. Yes, right? It sounds amazing. I have it.
The liver thing is throwing me a little bit, but like I'm excited for it. Sounds good. I mean, I have definitely never heard of a
believable that feels
fantasy transplanting liver thing, but like I'm here. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's a new angle.
Props for creativity for sure.
Yep. And then also we have in the next few days House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas, which I'm sure everybody's excited about.
Nervous for.
I'm still very salty that people who got it early were like spoiling it all over the internet.
I know. I'm so scared to like be on any social media.
Bloomsbury had to like put out a bunch of stuff that was like, "Hey, assholes, quit spoiling it." They like posted a picture of the last page.
What? Why would you do that?
Because some people just want to see the world burn.
Yep. And then to add to the saltiness, my book shipped out like 4 days ago and went from Georgia to Alabama, back to Georgia, back to Alabama.
You want me to go up and find them?
And now I don't even know where my book is, but some people already had theirs delivered as of yesterday. And I'm just like, my book will show up eventually.
Mine hasn't even shipped.
Yeah. Nothing will ever beat when my signed copy of Silver Flames did not come signed, and I had to beg on the internet.
We rallied for you though. We were like, we are gonna make this happen.
That was frustrating.
Yeah, it's just something
ready to
about
burn the world down.
Sarah J. Maas books. Whenever I pre-order them, there's so always something. It's always like the universe does not want me to be reading Sarah J. Maas as much as I do, I guess.
Apparently.
Blasphemy.
Dang.
Yep. And then in the romance genre, we have The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren coming out. Oh, it's already out as of February 8th. And then also just news for all of you JLA fans that the hardcover of War of Two Queens is actually being pushed back. And so that's not coming out until May 24th because of some production issues, I believe. So what they're doing as a gift to readers who did pre-order it is you can get the first 5 chapters if you go to the publisher site and enter in your email address, and you can get that delivered to your Kindle or to your desktop, however you prefer to read it. But the paperback and ebook are still coming out as planned as of March 15th. So if you have the hardcover pre-ordered, but you want to read it in March like everyone else, you'll need to get the paperback or the ebook, which is probably what I'm going to be doing. Save up those Amazon digital credits.
Seriously.
Yes. All right. So we wanted to give some updates about us. So, I mean, I guess we're saying this is the first episode. It's not really an update, but just a little bit about what's going on with each of us, a little round robin. So does anyone want to start with this?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'm a homebody. I don't really go anywhere. But last night my roommate surprised me with karaoke and dinner. So I really gave it my all on that dance floor.
I love it.
I wish we had
What did you
my
sing?
dance floor.
What did you sing? What did you sing?
I kicked off the party with Backstreet Boys' Larger Than Life, which was an excellent choice.
Killer.
Yes.
I forget how much how tiring karaoke is, because like by mid song I was like
breathing deep, and you're like, how do these people even do these performances?
Why is this song so long? But it was excellent.
That's great.
We sang a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
that sounds fun. I would be the backup singer, like the background singer.
We did switch off who was the background singer.
I'm always that person on the side.
And then that just turned into all of us singing at once.
I mean, that feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah,
I love it.
Awesome.
I was not nearly as exciting. I stayed home with my toddler last night. It was really great fun. Actually, it was. He's like super into a lot of fun stuff right now and doing crafts and running around the house. I was. So on my Animal Crossing game, I've decided to let the toddler run it. And I was villager hunting, and he was choosing yes or no on the different characters. So we ended up with some interesting characters. We got Hopper, the super angry-eyed penguin, and Matilda, the black kangaroo with like big yellow demon eyes. So he's really like trending towards some seriously emo characters, which like kind of brings me joy in my heart. It's very on brand. He was like, absolutely no to these fluffy tigers. We don't want them. They're not included. But he does love Blue Bear, so he's a Pisces. He's got some soft parts to him, you know. But yeah, he was just going hard for the like rough characters because I did reset my island again because every time my anxiety spikes, I just reset my island. So I don't even know how many islands I've been through, but it's anxiety resets, and you know, could just take a pill, but instead I'll reset my island.
It's like that TikTok sound that's like, we don't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
We enjoy this.
Yes.
It
Well,
doesn't
so
hurt anyone.
do what you gotta
Brooks
do.
was
Just do it.
obsessed with Mary the cat, and I reset the island, and then I realized Mary's gone now.
Oh my God.
And he'll come up to me and go, Mal, Mal, and there's no Mal. So I have had to like try and figure it out. He really likes the horses, so we've got some horses happening, but it's a constant like when we find a Mal, it'll be okay. He calls cats Mal. So yeah.
Sending you cat energy.
Cat
hoping that
energy.
you find one soon. I don't think I have any crazy updates. Was hanging out with my toddler last night as well. I was telling Jess earlier, he has a hooded towel. So after bath time, he did not want to go to bed. He just wanted to flap around with his towel naked, saying, "To the Batmobile, to the Batmobile," like over and over and over, like a very extended period
Honestly,
of time.
that's fair. That sounds
I
kind
love
of fun.
it.
It was amazing, but we were like, okay, like,
Yeah.
can you please go to bed? And then when we took the towel away, he was just hysterically sobbing, being like, I need to be Batman. And we were just like,
You and me both, bro.
It's a good
Yeah.
life goal to have. Like, we should all just strive to be Batman.
That's what we were trying to tell him. We're like, also, Batman doesn't flap around naked. Like, put your clothes on.
Love it.
You should also start using the secret identity thing, so that way he has to pretend like he's not Batman around everybody because
Oh,
no one
Yes.
knows
Well, we were
who
telling him that his
Batman
crib
is.
was the Batcave,
Like-
and we're like, you need to get into the Batcave now.
Nice.
It's time to go. So
Yeah. And then you can kind of like guilt trip him into being like, you don't want anyone to know you're Batman because what if they start coming after us? Because they know that we're mom and dad. And then they're going to be like, they're gonna use us against
heavy
you.
for
But
a
like,
2-year-old.
you do know that Batman's parents were just murdered in an alley. Let's not like, sweetheart, you
Let's
can't
just
tell
not
people
send
you're
murderers
Batman.
after us.
Okay, that's true. I forgot how Batman
Dark.
actually came to be. because
Anytime he
Batman
wants
is
to
not
actually
my
watch it,
favorite,
I'm
my
like, this
favorite
is
hero.
a little bit above your age.
Yeah,
So
maybe
it's
wait.
bad.
DC heroes are super dark, but I also this is a whole nother episode of
Sorry.
superheroes and why they're not
I opened the
superheroes.
door.
Of like, Batman
I
is
love
just
it.
like a really rich dude with like cool
I just don't
toys
care.
that
I love
he
him.
uses.
I just don't
But-
care. That makes him.
He's got emo energy.
He's got
too, I
so
think,
much emo
for sure.
energy, but like I'm just not gonna tell my toddler, "Hey, you can't tell people you're Batman, or mommy might die." Because
To be fair,
Rough.
Iron Man is kind of like that too.
Yes, exactly, and that's why
He's not
Iron
my
Man is
favorite.
not my
He's-
favorite
he's
either.
funny,
You know,
but
you
he's
just
not
gotta
my
have,
favorite.
They're
like,
not
a
paranormal. We
ability.
need paranormal.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yes, you need to have
Yeah.
actual powers. Like, I want you to be able to stick to the
Yes.
walls, and not to have
Yeah.
a lot of money.
see, we're different
make
because I
toys.
would be like, if you make a lot of money and have a really cool house in a cave, I definitely don't need you to stick to the wall. For me, just for me, like as my preference here. But
Okay, Dev, do you have any updates?
Yes, I'm so excited because I got my Mortal Instruments box set from LitJoy Crate. It finally showed up, and I had to wait to open it because I wanted to
You're so
record an
strong. I
unboxing
don't know
video
how
for
you do that.
Instagram.
I know you are so
And
strong.
they're so pretty. I don't know if you can see, but I need to rearrange all my Shadowhunter shelves because there's no space. So that's gonna be a tough thing for me to do this weekend, but I will have a video up on social
So
media for everyone to
nice.
see
they're
soon.
so pretty.
I also got a BTS sweater. I like
You
went
did.
on a binge buying spree. Like, I spent so much money, but it was worth it. I got a BTS sweater that they did with the Fila Korea brand, and they only had them out in Korea. And I've been looking for a reasonably priced one
Awesome.
in the US, and I
Yay.
found one, so I bought it. And we're going through a heat wave, so I can't actually wear it out anywhere yet. But
It's
when
cute as
the
hell.
cool weather
What's
comes
that
back,
like?
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
I know.
Cool weather. Love it.
All right. I think we're sliding into main topic territory now.
Yes, I think we are.
Yeah, we need to talk about how we all came together and how this even started, which involves moths. So I don't know who wants to start this
So
journey.
many moths. Well, okay, so
Well, I feel like we should start because I feel like I came in at, like, you guys were already sort of together.
we had
Didn't I,
done
like,
a buddy read with a pretty big group from Twitter of the Remnant Chronicles, and there was like there was a good
the three of
number-
you?
Yeah, all three of us had done it, and Tegan, who was the person that I ran my blog with before. So we had all been in a big buddy read of the Remnant Chronicles that was hosted by, I don't want to say because she's changed her name for her pen name for her books. But she was an awesome host, and we had this big spreadsheet and all the stuff to do this really extensive read through of the Remnant Chronicles by Mary Pearson, and
Which were amazing.
so
by the
good.
way.
Like, all of us are obsessed.
That was the first taste of everyone realizing that I just binge read stuff and I don't actually follow
Yeah.
the schedule.
You and I
just
both
go
did.
ahead and
I don't
wait for
normally,
everybody
but
to catch
those
up.
books were so good. And Dev and I would message each other at like 2 a.m. Well, for me, it was like 2 a.m. And I'd be like, oh my God, I know who the secret guy is.
Yeah.
It was well, and Tegan had already read them.
Yeah.
So I'm asking her, oh my gosh, did you hear? And she's like, yeah, it was good. Thank you. 2 a.m. text. Here we go. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not nearly as
You don't
excited as
understand.
I am.
For everybody listening.
Which guy is it? It's a love triangle.
I had notes. I had comparative notes. Like
Yeah.
this guy has brown hair and this guy has blonde hair. And this guy said this thing one time.
Yes.
And so did this guy. And
I called
had
her
a whole
from the
thing.
beginning, and I hate that part of me that figures things out super quickly.
Yeah, I think I figured it out too. But rewind for everybody who hasn't read these books yet. The reason why they're so good is because it's written in three, I think. The first book is 3 POVs, and you only know who the protagonist is and her name and what she's about, and you don't know who the other two POVs are. You just know that they're men, and you know that one of them is an assassin and one of them is a prince, but you don't know who is who. And so while she is interacting with all of these different people, you as the reader are also trying to figure out which one is the assassin and which one is the royal.
Guys, can I tell
It's
you,
really good.
when I read that, I read it after you guys, because obviously you did the buddy read. I didn't know that was the point. I was just reading it. I just had an assumption, I guess, of
Yeah.
who they were. And it was like, one of you guys was like, oh, do you think you know who's who? And I was like, what?
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, I've just been like blindly reading this, like having no
No
idea
idea.
that there was like this whole mystery of like, we don't know who the people are.
Oh my gosh. So funny.
So good. And she also has a spin-off duology.
It's so good.
Yes. The author, Mary Pearson, is also so freaking nice. I met her at an event right before COVID hit, and she brought me an arc
Oh,
of the second
yeah.
book. What is it called? Dance of Thieves? No, what's
Vow
the
of
second book
Thieves.
called? I don't
Vow
remember.
of Thieves.
But Vow of Thieves, there you go. And she is so sweet. I love her so much. Just
And we would
everybody go
tweet
read the
about it
books.
and she'd interact with our tweets.
She was like, she was so excited
Yes.
about the buddy read on Twitter that she was
She
like
was.
responding to
Oh my God,
everybody.
I'm so sad I missed
it was
this.
It was
just a
really
great
great.
experience. That's how we all met.
Okay, and then I tried to jump in for the next experience, which was not so great.
we brought that energy with us, and then the book failed us.
For
We were like, we're
real.
gonna do it again.
So we took the positive buddy read energy and decided to read another trilogy. And I don't know
That was-
who recommended it or why
It
we
was my
decided
fault.
that
I'll
series.
take that. It was my fault because I had been staring at it, and I also blame Tegan because like she recommends stuff and she's like, "Here, you'll like this." No, I did not. I did not like any of it.
I didn't
But-
help either because I also had those books, and I was like, yeah, I need to read
Yeah.
these. I own them.
I think it was one of those series that's been like lurking around that like you see it all the time and you're like, I haven't read those yet. I want to read those. And that's kind of like where I was with it.
We should tell everyone
That would
what
help.
the series is.
I think it's called
No.
the Winners
Mary-
Trilogy, and the first book is called The Winner's Kiss.
Yeah.
Mary
God,
Yes.
so bad.
So
Rukowski? Mary?
And it, yeah, I think that's
Marie?
Yes.
I'm saying it wrong. I'm
Marie
very sorry.
Rukowski.
Sorry, Marie.
I know.
We did not love.
And like a lot of people do love this series. I would like to say there are so many people.
A lot of people do like that trilogy. Yeah.
From the outside, I can understand where you're coming from. I get it. I do. The apple turnovers and the moths, like I'm done. I can't. Like you're in the middle of a war.
The hair braiding.
Way into it in the beginning.
Yeah. The beginning.
Yeah.
Book one, I was pretty into.
Deb is the only one who finished it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some spoilers.
I had to finish it, because I had to know. Like it was so bad that you just go into it and you can't stop, because I'm the type of reader that's like, I already wasted so much time reading this. Like I might as well just finish. Otherwise, it's just why did I read this?
Yeah.
I did read book 2 and 3 and can confirm for anybody who was like, well, did you guys finish it? What if it got better? I finished it and it did not get better.
She came back and gave us the cliff notes, and we were like, glad we dodged that bullet.
I made it halfway through book 2, but the moths lost.
Yeah, I got partway through.
I think I read all of book 1 and 2.
I stopped before the
moths.
moths. You guys got to experience that.
Although
I heard about it later.
You almost lost me at the apple turnover scene. Because
when was that? Was that book 1?
I think so.
I don't even. Yeah.
They're in the middle of a war. Someone's been kidnapped, and they're like, you know what?
Let's
Isn't she?
Isn't she being held there against her?
Yeah,
Or
and
is
she's
he?
like,
no. Initially, he was like her slave, and then they took over, and then she's his slave.
Yeah.
Slave romances, guys. No,
I have a hard time.
Yeah, she buys him because she feels bad for him. She sees him in
So it's like a weird dynamic because he's like holding her there prisoner, and then they're like having romantic interludes and the making apple turnovers.
And so like
and then it's still weird because she was like fantasizing about him when he was her slave.
Yeah,
it wasn't. That's not a metaphor. It was like full on. It
was icky for me.
Yeah.
I was not a big fan of that. But then the moths came, and was there like a swarm of moths released that went down to do
No, I think that was just in our minds. I think they were like using them to communicate. I don't know. It's weird.
Forget carrier pigeons,
like
guys. We've got moths. And like to be fair, in Strange the Dreamer, moths are a big deal, but like it's done in a very different way. And I just really like that one. Is it gross that they come out of our mouths? Yes, but you know, there's moths everywhere.
So the gist of it is you guys had an amazing buddy read. Then I come in for round 2 and it was just completely fell apart. But
it was fun.
Friendship was born.
I mean,
right?
We bond over making fun of things.
Nothing brings people together like terrible books.
Ripping on some kind of content they don't like.
Hate reads.
I feel bad because I don't want to bag on books that I also know that people clearly love them. And I don't want to say because there are people who love them, and if you love them, read them, love them, review them.
You don't want to
them out there and own that you love them,
yes.
and don't like if you want to come on and defend and be like, you guys are idiots. That's fine. Absolutely, we probably are. You can think that. I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I am an absolute moron sometimes. So if I have bad opinions or just ones that don't agree, like you don't agree with, cool, love it. I probably
we live by.
Everybody gets their opinion.
We live by the motto that you can be the juiciest peach out there, and there's still going to be somebody who doesn't like peaches. So if you don't like peaches, cool. If you do, great.
Yeah, read whatever the hell you want. You know, life's too short.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then how do we get from there to podcasting? I think we just decided we were just
we talk every day in Discord, and we were like, let's bring this to real life.
We're so funny that we need to be on there because there's way
everyone
too many
needs to know
with the podcast. No, that's what it is though.
Book blogging got so stale. It was just hard to get back into it.
I tried so many times to get back into my blog, and honestly, it's just like I have no enjoyment from it. It is a lot.
I just want to talk to people and not have to overthink it.
Yeah. I started a blog because I wanted to find book friends, and then I found you guys, and then I was like,
we did
it.
Check.
Yeah.
No more. We're done.
Success.
So like,
I
do love it, and I love writing because it's therapeutic for me. But I was turning it into like this gigantic thing that I had to do. And then I made myself feel guilty for not getting it out on time or not responding to people. And I was not enjoying it and not having fun. And I think a lot of us like go through those phases with all sorts of different things. And I know that a lot of bloggers had that, especially when engagement dropped a ton during the pandemic. And it's just really stressful.
The algorithms change on you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I loved my blog. I did. And I took it down, but it's just, you know, you got to move on sometimes. And it's hard for me because I started it with Tegan and I miss having that with her, even though I literally talk to her every day on the phone and we talk about books constantly. So it's like, we're still there. We still got it. We're still best friends, but it's different. And I think I prefer just the Twitter sphere. Well, occasionally the Twitter sphere and that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I think Deb and I are more on the Instagram sphere. Deb for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know what
prefer
sphere I'm in.
Instagram.
I took pictures. I posted a picture.
And
so I
you
have
killed it.
one picture on my Instagram. Well, yeah, because I had coaching, extreme coaching. This girl doesn't know how to take pictures. Do you know how I took those pictures? I took my baby high chair and propped the phone up against my water bottle on the high chair.
Oh, wow.
Whatever works. Whatever, that is like the golden rule is whatever works to make it
It's a hot
happen.
mess.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
you're going to do.
I support.
So, okay, let's recap what our little short story history has been, which is we all came together over a rage read of the Winners trilogy, which we personally don't like, but if you love it, then that's great because there's a book out there for everybody and somebody out there loves that series. And that led us to this podcast because we wanted to make more book friends and more emo friends and mesh all of our interests and loves together and talk to you. And yeah, that's why we're here. And we just want to put something out there that is not a white man with a microphone.
We're done with them. We
I
don't
don't know
need
if you want
any
to
more
keep
of
that,
them.
but I had to.
Great.
I had to say it.
I mean, it's true. If they can have
Yeah.
one, we can do it.
Exactly.
True.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like we just wanted a place to be nerdy, you know, like talk about the games we love, and then like find other people who love the same nerdy shit we do.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like we all have like a creative itch we're trying to scratch in different ways. Like, I mean, I know we kind of talked about it, but going from like book blogging and book Twitter to like, you know, group read-alongs and Discord and Instagram. We just need an outlet, I think, sometimes. So
Yeah.
podcasts seem to be the new thing. Let's give it a try. Right?
Here's our new hobby.
Here's
It's
our new thing.
totally fine. We're just swapping hobbies
Yeah.
like this.
Also, I do want to say, like, I do have bookshelves. They're just not in this room. You guys are showing off your shelves.
There's actually one right next to me too, so I have.
Yeah. They're just
multitude.
downstairs.
I can see one in the back.
You have epic shelves. That unfortunately.
My shelves are epic, right?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm obsessed
Seriously.
with them.
I'm always jealous.
Yeah.
I
You
always-
have like every bookworm's dream bookcase,
Yeah.
which is just an entire wall that's
It
built
is.
into the house.
It's
What
so
is it
good,
like to live with someone and have a partner who is like, yeah, you can just have all the books you want? Because
Okay, so I was
that's
actually
something I
thinking about that.
experienced.
But it's a little bit of a problem because he's also a reader. So like
Yeah.
tons of those books on those shelves are his. We have one whole wall that's all just our fiction, and then we have another whole wall that's our nonfiction, and they're overflowing. And he buys books more than I do sometimes. Like packages will just show up and it's like tons of books. I'm like, you have a
man.
million books you haven't read. And he's like, and I'm the librarian of the house, so I'm like alphabetizing them and putting them all and trying to make it look good. And then he's just jamming them in, and I'm like,
No.
he'll get a new book, and it'll be like right after I just organized it, and I'll be like,
Oh.
who's this author? And like their last name starts with an A, and I'm like,
No.
I have to go and move.
I hate
every
that.
book. I like want to like smack him on the head with it. So it's good for me when I want to buy books because he's not like raising his eyebrows like another book, but it's more like actually onto him sometimes where I'm like, can you just calm it down?
Can we slow down?
We have a lot of books. Pick something that is on our shelves that we haven't read.
Seriously.
I can't even imagine what that life is like. Like having being the person that's like another book.
Yeah, calm down. Please stop buying books. I know when I say it, I feel like it's blasphemy. Like stop buying books, but like, we are running out of room. We are running out of room. So.
All right. So we have a game if we want to play. Are we ready to play the game for today?
I'm so excited.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it. All right, well, cool. Our game today is pretty well known, Fuck, Marry, Kill. And we're going to basically just draw some names of characters, and then we're all just going to decide our answers to the Fuck, Marry, Kill question, right? So, Jess, you're going to draw the names, and then we're all going to just decide our answers.
Yes.
All right. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to like read off random numbers and names, and I'm just going to go wild with it. All right. So, who wants to start?
I'll start. Well, I feel like you should just say it, and then we all
Yeah,
answer.
we all debate the three and
Yeah,
what
just
our
like
choice
say
will
three,
be.
and then we all say like what we would do. We might all
Yeah.
agree. I feel like we agree often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here are your three names. This will be fun. Amryn from Court of Thorns and Roses, Reed from Serpent and Dove, and Charlie from Twilight.
No, Charlie.
I am.
Charlie.
I'm a sadist. Sorry, guys. That's who I am.
That's a weird group.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know. That's a tough crew to debate.
I have like minimal interest in all of those characters.
I think I would fuck Amryn, marry Charlie, and kill Reed. I love a fellow ginger, I do, but I don't like his
My
attitude
initial
sometimes.
instinct was to kill Reed because he
just immediately.
rubs
I
me
don't
I
know
haven't read
why.
book 2, but I loved him in book 1. But
Yeah, I have not read book 2. I just
Devon, I did.
just
Did you
If
read
it were-
book 3?
I did not read.
Dev, did you read book 3?
I haven't read book
None
3
of
yet.
us
I have it
have.
on my
Yeah.
shelf.
All
Same.
right.
Wait, has
Scared
anybody
of it.
read book 3? Did
No.
anybody read? Yeah,
I'm
We
I
need
haven't read
to.
book 3. I did read book 2, and that book is really, really emo. And it's so angsty and emo. And I loved book 2, and a lot of people did not like it.
Yeah, I
and I think
didn't
it's
mind
because it
it.
was so emo. And I was like, it's good though, because I feel like it followed the characters the way that they actually would have reacted in the situations. But I have not read 3, even though it's sitting next to the first 2 books.
I got halfway through book 2 and was like, you know what? I don't think I can finish this because my depression's way too out of hand right now, and this is just not it right now. But
Yeah, it's very angsty.
sometimes I'm just not in the mood for sometimes I start a book and I'm just not in the mood.
yep.
But did you know she's making a vampire series next?
I mean, I'm
And
in.
it's like set in the same
I don't need
world.
anything else.
No, that's it.
I don't
So
care.
much-
I'm in.
It's set in the
Got
same world, and I think it's some of the same characters like from the first series. So the
Oh.
characters
Yeah.
are like tying into this next.
Okay, because I haven't finished book 2, now I'm like vampires. But
No, I don't know. It sounds just completely separate.
Whatever. I'm
We'll
so
do it.
stoked.
All right, we got to answer.
Come on.
Yeah.
Does anyone
Okay.
have an answer? Wait, you just had an answer.
I got an answer.
I strongly feel that Charlie was like done dirty in Twilight because he was a good dad and then she like shits all over him personally. So I think I would marry Charlie. Yeah. And then I'm too scared to kill Amryn. So I'd
Yeah.
fuck her and Reed would die.
Yeah, I think we all agree. I think
Reed's
that
dying.
I would kill Reed too, which is sad because I feel like I
love Reed though.
a Reed,
I like him.
Yeah.
He's fine.
His
Yeah.
personality and my personality match. Like we follow the rules, but we also don't want to follow the rules all of the time. I'm like, you're so stuck up, and I'm like, wait, that's me.
I am.
So
Yeah.
I'm, you know,
I think I might kill Charlie though. I think I would marry Reed. Like, fuck Amryn for
I
sure.
could see it.
Marry Reed because I feel like I could.
Nobody's
Like-
killing Amryn.
I could fix him.
We're
I could
too
fix him.
terrible.
And then I just don't want to be stuck in Seattle with Charlie or wherever he's at in Washington.
That's fair.
Forks. Why did I say Seattle? He's in Forks. You know where he's at. I don't want to be stuck there.
Yeah, fair.
But if he like dies, maybe they could they can make him a vampire.
I mean, like Reed is living in what, like the 1400s, in some random place. With,
Okay,
like,
that's worse.
like if we're talking about location, I don't think that he lives with no cell phone.
Okay, that's bad. Well, I'm just gonna feel
True.
bad for killing Charlie, but I just don't think I can be with Charlie.
True. Okay, I'm gonna throw out another one now, and that's going to be, we're going to do Sartak and Father Daddy Will Herondale as a father daddy, not a child.
Fair.
Very clear on this. Daddy Will from the last
Adult-
hours. From the
adult
last
version
hours
of Will
series, grown up Daddy Will, not from Infernal Devices. Be very clear about that. Daddy Will. And let's go with Poppy from Poppy. From
Poppy, you know, from Blood and Ash.
From Blood and Ash.
Okay, wait. So it was
Poppy, just Poppy. It's fine.
I missed it. Grown up Will.
Sartak, Poppy, and Will. Daddy Will.
Okay, I'm killing Poppy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I am too.
Poppy's
I am
dead.
too.
Poppy's dead. I'm marrying Will. And then Sartak and I are gonna go do some stuff together because I love Sartak.
Oh yeah.
I thought you would marry him.
No, I think can you see? Oh no, he's off to the side. Loretta got me a print of Sartak and he's on my SJM shelf, but the only reason why I won't marry him is because in the last book I was very salty that he doesn't get a lot of page time and
Really doesn't.
Yeah.
He really
interactions that he has with all of the characters were not in line with the way that his character is in Kale's book, Tower of Dawn. In Tower of Dawn.
It fell flat.
in
I was
Tower-
like, he was
Yes.
so amped up, and then it was like, and then for what?
Yes,
Yeah.
in Tower of Dawn, I was like, I'm obsessed. I love this man. He's like so amazing. He's sassy. And then they're in a war and you see him like twice. And the one of the two times you see him, he's like yelling at Aelin. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. What?
Womp womp.
What? Why? I will.
So
agree
anyway,
with
that's why I don't marry him. I get to marry Will.
I would.
That's fair.
I think that I would marry Sartak still because he's got flying birds, and so you know.
My heart agree with Dev because Will is my OG Shadowhunter guy. I've loved him so much.
I have
so.
limited to no experience with Will, but I wasn't gonna make you pick another character again.
Oh.
So, but I feel like he's marriage material from what I know. So
I'm gonna go with I would fuck Will Herondale, Daddy Will, because he's Daddy Will, and he's Daddy Will, and that's what I have to say. And I would
Yeah.
marry Sartak because I mean, he has a permanent man bun situation, guys. Did we just
He does,
gloss
yeah.
over this? I mean, I know he does the low
Yeah.
pony a lot, but like, I will die for a man bun. I have a serious problem. It's an actual
Yeah.
concern.
It's an addiction.
I just, if you will just like undo your ponytail and toss it around in front of me, I'm done. I'm on the floor. I'm dead.
oh my god. Speaking of that, I just finished reading Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne, and that's the guy. Like he just has
Yes.
glossy hair and a man bun the whole
Yes.
time, and I was like, this is perfect. And tattoos. I was like, this is dream guy, right? Which is the full opposite of my husband, also.
Yeah, right. I'm like, my
He
husband's
does
hair
not have
is
a
this.
man bun and he has
My
no tattoos.
husband's hair is this long. So if it touches his ears, he starts complaining and it starts like shaving his hair,
Yeah.
which is a very cute quirk, adorable. But like the man bun with the glossy hair that just like, ugh.
We love to see it.
Probably just because
Right,
I like
well, was
lots of hair.
Was that fuck, marry, kill? Did we do
That
it?
was. We did it. I think we're good on that
We
one.
did it,
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
Everyone, let us know if this is fun and if you want more of
Yes.
these.
Tell us what you would have done in this situation. Because
Yeah.
dying to know.
Or if you have characters you have interest
Yeah,
in us talking about.
we can do polls on this to see who everybody loves and doesn't love
This
her.
is important
However we
content.
do it.
Yes.
I mean, this is what I live for. Let's go.
Yes. Vital.
Okay, did we make it through
I think we
episode
did.
1? We made it.
We survived. Nobody
Is
burst
this-
into
Made it.
flames.
Is this how it feels to be a podcaster? Like
Guys, we're
Yeah.
big
official.
fans.
Yay.
We're killing it.
Okay, well, if you enjoyed hanging out with us for however long this was, I'm not sure, but if you enjoyed hanging out with us and talking about books and nerdy stuff like Batman and his dark, depressing past, we hope you join us next week. Our topic is going to be Does Size Matter? And I won't be going into details. You'll just have to join us to see what we're talking about, you know?
Uh,
And we hope to see you because we do believe that size is important, and we want to talk to you all about it.
Let's dive in.
And we have a lot of interesting thoughts on this topic, and we're sure that you do too. So come hang out with us.
Heck yeah.
And we hope you follow us on social. We are at Emo Girls Guide on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of the social, all the places. Just come hang out with us, come talk to us, leave us comments, leave us your thoughts, what you want to hear from us about. And we will see you soon.
Yes, and may your day be blessed with main character energy.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Main character energy.
Main character energy. Love it.
We did it, guys.
Yay!